is Austin Lehman, and welcome to the next edition of Austin Weekend. Here with me is Dad, and here we are here to review quite the controversial film in the X-Men series of films. The 10th one, Logan.
Logan. And this is our first review of
An R-rated
movie. But it was to do with the X-Men Marvel series, so we figured we would tackle it and go ahead and take a look at it. You want to tell a little bit about the movie?
It's about an older Wolverine.
Yeah, it sort of loosely follows the Old Man Logan cartoon. Comic book series. So if you read up a little bit on the Old Man Logan stuff, it follows it not exactly, but it follows it close to the Old Man Logan. Sort of an alternative universe type thing where, of course, Logan is old. And
past his prime.
Yeah, his healing doesn't work as good as it used to, and the only X-Men left are
Professor X,
and Caliban. Caliban's in it a little bit, and then Wolverine. But Professor X is losing his control on his abilities. So
it just tells the story. You see in the trailer in the preview, he encounters a little girl.
Mm-hmm. And it just tells a story. It gives you the background of her and their involvement with each other. It's sort of a sad thing seeing Wolverine old like that and Professor X old like that. But it was necessary to tell the Old Man Logan story. Was to have an old Wolverine. I mean, you can't have an old Man Logan story without an old Wolverine. So
yes.
So, but
what were your thoughts on the story first and foremost?
I thought the story was really good. It's not the tear jerking, or it ain't the rah 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 story, but it's a really well made story. It's a really good story. I would recommend the story part of it. I thought it was really well told. What you think about the story?
It was really well told, and it really did. Since it was an R-rated movie and probably the first in the X-Men film series, it really did delve into some more, dramatic elements and some more.
There's a lot of people that's been wanting a Wolverine R-rated movie to really show Wolverine.
And And did this movie deliver in that aspect?
This movie did deliver in that aspect. There's a lot of violence in it.
Well, what do you expect?
It's Wolverine. But there's not as much gore. So if you do want to go watch the movie and you don't like gore, you don't have to worry about the gore. There's not a lot of gore, but there is a lot of violence. A lot of people dying. A lot of Wolverine killing people. So there is a lot of violence. There is a lot of.
This movie is really dark too.
It is really a dark movie. Like I said, it's not rainbows and unicorns, X-Men, good guy wins at the end type story. That ain't the way that it works.
It's mature and it's dark, especially for its series.
I don't think they went overboard with the violence. Did you?
No. It's a Wolverine movie.
It's a Wolverine movie, and it's got the violence you would expect in a Wolverine adult movie.
Which, speaking of the adult part, we would recommend it for adult audiences.
Yeah, we wouldn't recommend this movie for younger children. I would say you at least need to be a teenager, and even at that point, you might want to use your discretion whether you want to see it or you want your children to see it. The violence, there is a lot of violence. There is a lot of killing. There's a lot of death in it, but it doesn't go over the top for a Wolverine movie. I don't think the violence isn't over. It's a good story. The violence doesn't go over the top. There's not that much gore in it. There's knives through body parts and stuff like that. There's only really one scene that you would consider gore, and it still wasn't over the top.
Half of it really looked realistic, and it really did seem like it hurt. That's the problem with some movies.
It hurt me a little bit watching it. It's like, you can just cause everybody, most people have been cut by a knife or even something, or even a paper cut. You know how bad paper cuts hurt.
Oh,
You can
baby,
imagine
that
how
stink.
it would feel, with 3 metal blades cutting you. You can feel it.
Yeah, that's rough.
Now, as far as the language goes,
Yeah, that's an aspect we have to talk about because we've had
mm,
some of our friends in real life tell us about is the language going to be much of a factor or not.
mm, there is a lot of cursing in it. There's a lot of f bombs in it. So that's probably the main curse word that they use in it is they're bantering between one and the other, and they use that a word.
It's not like he hasn't used it before in the X-Men movies.
No,
He's used it once in a regular X-Men movie.
what you would say there's maybe 10, 15 curse words used in the movie, something like that,
And that's like a long motion picture.
and it's spread out over a 2-hour movie. So
It's
again,
not constant.
it's not a constant word, but there is a lot of cursing. Like I said, I would guess 10 or 15 times they curse in it. So between the killing, the violence, and the cursing, like I said, we don't recommend this for small children. This is not a kiddie Marvel movie. This is a Captain America. Saves the day. I wouldn't recommend smaller children watching this movie.
It's not like it's bad for any audience at all.
No,
It's just,
no. It's a really good story.
But we recommend it for the adult audience.
For the more mature audiences, yes. Because of the
It's not
violence
like we
and the
haven't-
language.
It's not like we haven't tackled a more adult cartoon or show
No.
before.
No.
But this one is probably the first. Yeah, like you said before, it was the first R-rated movie we've tackled.
Mm-hmm.
So that might have already given you the indication.
But like I said, it's got a great story. You do get you get involved in the story.
That's what it's supposed to do.
I found myself in part of the movies going, I hope this happens. I hope that you get involved in the story and the characters. I hope they do this. I hope to do that. So
I've thought about this over the night. That after the night I watched it, it was like some of the characters are just so cynical but so likable at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially Wolverine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wolverine. Wolverine turns out old man just like you think old man Wolverine would be. I mean, he's exactly what I thought an old man Wolverine would be. He's just the same old Wolverine. He's just a little older. So it is a really good movie.
Now, what about the characters?
I thought the characters were really good too. Like I said, Wolverine plays a good old man Wolverine. Patrick Stewart plays a good old man Professor X.
And now, here's the one thing we have to mention. This is Hugh Jackman's last Wolverine.
Yeah, this is supposed to be his last, unless somebody talks him into coming back for something. This is supposed to be his last Wolverine movie. So,
which is pretty sad because he's been the man with the claws for 17 years prior to this point.
Yeah. And like I said, this is our 10th X-Men movie.
In the series.
And, he's been involved since
day one.
Since day one on X-Men, yeah. So, you want to go ahead and give it a rating? You want to explain how our ratings work?
First, before we get to the rating, let's talk about the special effects.
The special effects were realistic.
And really, especially with the violent parts, it really felt like we mentioned before, that it hurt.
You could feel it, yeah. The one hotel scene, we won't mention anything about it, but the hotel scene is spectacular. It is very, very, very well done. So look for that hotel scene and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Go watch the movie. Give us a little comment under there about what you thought about the hotel scene.
The acting was also good, too.
Yeah, the little girl was good. The little girl played her part well, too. She's vicious.
She is just
a
savage.
Vicious little savage thing, but you'll understand why, too, whenever you watch the movie.
And now let's get to the rating.
Okay, we rate 1 through 10.
And then
we don't rate stars.
Typical Trinity talk.
No. We pull something from the movie to rate by. Like with Kung Fu Panda, he loves dumplings, so...
Dumpling time! Dumpling time! Dumpling time!
We used dumplings to rate Kung Fu Panda because that was his favorite food.
Ka-dumpling.
So we like to pull something from the movie to use as the rating.
And this, well...
Yeah, we're gonna use some claws for this one. Some adamantium claws. 1 being crap.
And then 10 just being ridiculous.
The best thing ever. So, out of 1 being crap, 10 being the best, how many claws do you give Logan?
Well, I'd have 1 claw left after those 9 claws.
You're going to give it 9 claws?
It's a fantastic
10.
movie.
Yeah.
Its more mature subject matter really does leave it to be a more believable story.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wish they would have made some younger Wolverines with, this good of a story. This is the best story that any of the Wolverine movies have had so far.
One of the best
my book.
ones in the X-Men.
One of the best ones in the whole X-Men series. This was best. The Days of Future Past, I really, really liked.
Now this
is probably number 2 for me as far as stories go.
Now Logan is definitely the latest, but certainly not the worst.
No. I would be the same as you. I would probably give it like a 9.2 claws out of 10. Like 9 and 1 just eased out a little bit. It's a 9.2 claws. It's almost got them out. But I really enjoyed it too. Like I said, it's one of my best ones that they've done. I don't recommend it for
smaller children.
For smaller children.
Just
we
because
do recommend
it's
it
Wolverine,
for our adult class.
Just because it's Wolverine, folks, doesn't mean your kids have to be exposed.
No, yeah, just because it's a Marvel character doesn't mean it's a kiddie movie. So, just like the last Deadpool movie, don't take your little kids, don't take your 8-year-old kids to see it just because it's a Wolverine movie.
And we all remember that little scandal.
Yeah, so we do love the movie. We do recommend the movie for our mature audiences. Now, we do have some more stuff coming up. We've got a couple more movies coming out.
We've got the Samurai Jack season 5 to look at.
We're going to take a peek at the Samurai Jack 1 through 4. We'll give a little retro look at the 1 through 4s, and then we'll starting March 11th.
Samurai Jack season 5.
Season 5 on Adult
Swim.
Speaking
of the adult shows.
So yeah, we're coming back with a little bit more of that. I know we got Kung Fu coming up. We got a couple new cartoons out that we're going to take a look at and tell you what we think about those. So be sure and keep on watching. We've got a Facebook channel. Be sure and hit our Facebook channel, and you can give us notes and stuff on there.
Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the groovy baby button.
Hit the groovy baby button. Let us know. Give us some comments. Let us know what you want to watch, what you think about what we're doing. Other than that, I think we're gone. Snicked. Bye.
See you next week.